All right, our final segment this morning with Allison Fields. So if you have a question, phone lines open, 737. Yeah, call in now. We've got a good steady stream of calls, and Tony waited through the break. Good morning, Tony.
Morning, Tony.
Yeah, good morning, Nick.
Hey.
Jessica needs some help bad. Well, my son got really 4 dogs.
4 dogs.
One dog, he keep escaping. And somebody called the pound on him because he got the dog out. And the lady had the dog down the house in her house, living like a king up in the house on the couch. These are outdoor dogs. But this dog, we done chained him down. We got a big fence around there. He just refused to stay in there. He used to climb out 2-3 times a day. And then, the pound, they want to fine you. And, if you do that, so... But you don't have no choice. And also the skin on them is just killing by the flies have been irritating so bad. And we tried all kind of medication for them dogs. But I want to know, what can we do to keep this dog from jumping out and running like that?
Is he neutered?
Do you know, has he been neutered, Tony?
Yes, that's the only way we got it back from the pound.
Oh, okay, so he's been neutered, all right, which is a good thing.
Well, I guess here's what I'm going to say. It sounds like he likes living inside. And I don't know. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to be one of 4 dogs. Maybe he wants to be an only dog. I don't know. You either need you probably need a taller fence.
Yeah.
Taller fence. But, with the flies that you're talking about, so fly strike is a big problem. You're never going to get that under control unless you are picking up all of the fecal matter from the yard. So every day somebody needs to be going out and scooping the poop out of the yard because that's why the flies are coming. So you keep the yard clean, you have fewer flies. So that's and they can cause horrible sores on ears. So you need to clean the area really well daily, and then talk to your vet about getting some medicine for it's usually the tops of the ears, and then you can also talk to your vet about a fly repellent. One thing you can try is the Avon Skin So Soft. You just put a little bit on your hands and then just kind of wipe the ears, but you need to get the sores under control before you do that. Yeah, sounds like a higher fence, or see if your neighbor who likes him so much wants to, home him for you, and you can just have some visitation.
Yeah. Some dogs are escape artists.
Right, they are.
And if they are, what do you think of invisible fence?
We've had this conversation before. An invisible fence is not going to stop this dog.
It'll just go right through the shock. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not a big fan of invisible fences for a lot of reasons. If the electricity goes out, your fence is gone. Somebody else can still come in your yard and take your dog and zap it on the way out. Other animals can come into your yard and attack your dog, and your dog can't escape because it's stuck in the fence. So I'm not a huge fan of them. I think they are great when used appropriately, and by that I mean if you're home and your dog wants to go outside, great. You can keep an eye on it. You can hear any commotion that's going on and be there. But for by themselves at home, what happens if you're at work and an electrical storm comes up and knocks out your...
And some dogs, you're right, just run right through it. And once they get far enough away...
I have a feeling would run right through it.
Yeah, some of them are just like that.
Right.
All right. Well, I hope that helps, Tony. Yeah, that's tough. 4 dogs.
That is.
These have personalities. Hey, you see these cases, we were talking about this with some friends this weekend, where an individual was licked on the face by his dog and then ended up contracting some kind of bacterial infection.
Licked on his face or licked on his foot? Because he lost his foot.
Yeah, he ended up getting a bacterial infection. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And I know that, and I think this individual's immune system had been compromised big time.
He was severely immune compromised.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very, very, very rare case.
Right.
Most of the stuff that we can get from dogs comes in the form of parasites, which is why it's important to have your dogs on heartworm prevention, because almost all of our heartworm prevention takes care of intestinal parasites as well. And there are some, like scabies, dogs can have. Scabies mites are really species specific. I mean, you can get a little irritation of scabies from a dog, but people's scabies is very different from dog scabies. They like their own people, their own species. So yeah, that is very, very rare. I don't know the bacteria. I would have to look that up and see exactly what the problem is, but it is smart if you are immune compromised or have someone in your family who is immune compromised, and whether that's from some kind of disease process or therapeutic medications, chemotherapy, anything like that. People who are going through or have been through a transplant are very immune compromised because they are on immune suppressants to keep their body from attacking their new organ. So we need to just be conscious of that, and maybe I don't need to be hanging out in the floor with my dog, and it doesn't need to be licking me a lot and scratching me, just a little scratch.
Can do that if you're, And you never know what's under their claws or whatever. I remember there was another case of an individual who was not immune compromised. Somehow the dog was playing with him, and the corner of his claw caught his eye, and bacteria got in there. Yeah. And then he got very sick. I mean, things like that. But that can happen anytime, from whether it's an animal or something else. If you get something in a wound and you get an infection, the wrong place.
I mean, you can get hepatitis from eating seafood.
Yeah, so you just...
I mean, life is a risk, people.
Yes, it is.
Just go out and enjoy it.
Hey, do you have any suggestions as we kind of wrap things up again on, and you've given me some great ones over the years, healthy treats for your pets, especially dogs? Meaning, my favorite of yours of all time was freezing like chicken broth and giving them those ice cubes, which they love, especially in the summertime.
Right.
Freezing chicken cubes. Now you have to go get an ice tray or whatever and do that.
Can you even buy ice trays anymore?
I think maybe. Or not. You can find a way to do it, obviously, but chicken broth and it freezes. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I usually cut it half and half with water.
Okay, so it's not because of the salt. Quite so, too much salt. Well, you can get the salt free, but it does have a bit of a grease to it. And so I'll recommend like half and half, like a can of chicken broth, can of water, even a can of chicken broth and 2 cans of water. Yeah. Because then it doesn't get that greasy all over your house. What other healthy? I mean, I'm just trying to think healthy snacks, because you know me, it's tough with the pugs.
Right.
Green beans.
Right.
Canned green beans.
Yep. Canned green beans, fresh green beans. Depends what your dog likes.
Okay. All right.
Usually canned green beans go over better than fresh, and you can open a can of green beans, dump it in a Tupperware, pop it in the fridge.
They're not expensive at all, and they'll last
cheap.
Forever.
Right. Yeah. Broccoli, raw or cooked. I will say that raw broccoli gives dogs really bad gas. No butter, no cheese. No.
What about no cheese sauce?
No.
But the pugs would love the cheese sauce in the broccoli.
You know this. You look at your little face. Okay. You're just saying it to get around. I know. I know. Right. Stop.
What about? Do you give the broccoli to your dog?
She will eat it. She had a piece of broccoli this weekend.
Okay, would Gammon eat it?
No, Gammon would not eat it.
That's the cat.
No, Gammon came up and tried to eat an Oreo though this weekend, which was really weird. Because
just wanted the cream in the middle.
I don't know. Gammon has never been a people food cat, ever.
And what did he do?
He got up on Michael's lap and started licking on his Oreo. And I was like,
really?
And Michael's like, what is happening? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah.
Changing
tastes. Weird. It was,
Now, cookies, no, not a good plan.
No, we didn't. I mean, we didn't let him have it.
I know you wouldn't. But I mean,
yeah. And this cat doesn't even like canned cat food. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't. He eats his dry food, and that's all he wants. Yeah, it was weird.
And again, the no-nos, of course, you already touched on it. I always like to hit this, is the artificial sweeteners.
Xylitol.
Xylitol can be really dangerous, which is,
chocolate,
in a lot of things.
Garlic, onions.
Garlic, onions, raisins. And does that mean also grapes?
Yeah. Because raisins are just dried up grapes.
Oh yeah, I didn't know if the chemical had changed in any way.
Just concentrates in raisins. So raisins are worse than grapes.
What does garlic do?
Garlic and onions can cause hemolysis of the red blood cells, so it's not good either.
Okay, because you sometimes hear eating garlic. Again, these wives' tales about keeping bugs away and stuff like that.
Right, the bugs left because the dog was dying.
Or it also keeps vampires away.
Right.
All right, just gonna say.
I like that one better.
All right, so those are the good ones. And in terms of bones, don't give them bones. If you give a dog a bone, is it better to give them one that's not been cooked?
Yes.
But still, you wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't. I mean, yes, I know there are thousands and millions of people out there that give dogs bones and nothing happens. However, what I do for a living, I see the one time in a million that bone splintered and perforated his intestines, and $7,000 later, you may or may not have a dog.
Yeah.
So I don't give my dog bones because I know what the 1 in a million can do.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Pet insurance?
Yeah, pet insurance is great. I have lots of people who have it. There's different coverage spectrums. You can kind of do the annual stuff, which personally I don't really think is worth your money. Save the money, do it. But for illnesses, I think it's great. I have clients that have used it for years. There's lots of different, not a lot, but there's several really good companies out there that reimburse now. You can just take a picture of your invoice and text it to them, and I have people getting reimbursed within the day or within 48 hours.
It's worth looking into. With some of the expenses can really
I think that the difference becomes if you're a disciplined person financially, and you say you could put $100 in a separate savings account for your pet a month or a week, depending on whatever. Start a savings account. Once you hit $5,000 years from now, you can stop. But you've got this emergency fund for your pet, because what if your dog escaped, never gets out of the house? The one time it does, it gets hit by a car, and now it has a fracture that's going to cost you $3,000 to get fixed. You have it. Your pet insurance will do the same thing. You're just paying those premiums every year, even if you don't use it. So what if you put that premium money in a bank account and created a savings account? See, this is now a financial show.
No, but that's good advice. Hey, remind folks where you're at, the wonderful Allison Fields.
I am at Hermitage Animal Clinic in Hermitage on Lebanon Pike. We are there from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every weekday and 8 to 12 on Saturday.
And 8 to 12 on Saturday. Are you going to go there after you're done here?
I am going directly there from
You will?
here.
You're not going to stop and get a snack on the way?
No, I have, I think, an appointment at 9:30.
We're going to get you out of here on time.
Right.
Allison Fields, thanks for coming on. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
We'll see you again in a month, all right?
Yes, sir.
We'll take a break, be back with a programming note about tomorrow right after this. Stay with us.